Hi friends, so welcome to my session. In this session, I'm going to discuss the declaration of variables. So once the variables are declared, then how to read the values into variables, then a scanf statement we shall discuss, printf statement we shall discuss, if statement, if else statement, then we shall discuss while loop, do while loop, for loop and switch statement. As these statements are very fundamental to learn any language, we apply these to learn C programming language. So in C language, how to declare the variables, how to use scanf statement, printf statement, if else statement, while loop, do while loop, for loop and switch statements. So once you get acquainted with these things, then it will be very easy for anybody to write programs in C language. So I try to understand the basic concepts of these statements as far as possible. So that would help you to write efficient programs later on. See, first we know how to declare variables here. Actually, the prerequisite, as we have understood, I assume that you know the basic structure of the program, okay, and even how to declare the variables. Here, preprocessor directives hash include stdio.h is common for all these statements. Void main, it's all common. Then within pair of curly braces, we know two parts: declaration part and executable part. And declaration part, we have declared two variables here, a comma b. So because all these statements I am going to explain through Turbo C compiler, so that will help you to understand better. Here I have declared two variables, a and b, of data type integer. So clear screen, as usual, it is used to clear the screen. Now here I have used assignment statement to store values into a and b, because when we declare variables a and b, int a comma b, memory is reserved for a and b variables. So we need to store values into these variables. So that's why I have used here an assignment statement. A assigned a value 30 semicolon, b assigned a value 50 semicolon. Now the value of a is 30, value of b is 50. Then I have used here printf statement. Just understand printf statement. So begins with the printf, and within parentheses you have two parts. One is called control string, which is displayed in red color here within double quotes. That we call it as control string, comma. Then list of variables here, green color. We have only one variable because this control string has only one format character, %d. So for integer, here variable data type is integer, so we use %d for integer. For float, %f. For character, %c. So like that we are going to use. Here this printf statement actually contains, the format string in printf statement actually contains three things: either the text to be displayed as it is, then it may have format specifiers like %d, %f, and escape sequences like \n, \t. So like that, escape sequences, or we also call them as / constants. We use these / constants only in printf statement. Okay, so here control string for the first printf statement is value of a is equal to %d. So it then \n we have, it will display value of a is equal to as it is, the text. Then in place of %d, that is all format characters begin with %d, okay, percentage symbol, okay, then d, f, c, s, something like that. So in place of %d or s or f something, that is format characters, whatever the value used here after comma, its value will be displayed. And you have to remember, in printf statement, the number of these format characters should be equal to number of variables. Here %d 1, so a is 1, and the type %d is integer, so a variable is also of type integers here. This is very, very important. So this you have to focus. Okay. Then next printf statement, you have value of b is equal to %d comma b. Here how many format characters are there in control string? String means anything that is enclosed within double quotes. So it is called control string or format string because we use format characters. So how many format characters are used here? Only one, %d. So how many variables are there after comma? Only one. So 1 to 1. What is the data type of format character here? Percentage means integer. So how variable b is declared? Integer here, int b. Okay. So this is what you must understand. So now value of a and b will be displayed here, and we have used assignment statements to store values into a and b. A assigned value 30, b assigned value 50. When we execute it, see, compile and run it, you will come to know what are the values. Value of a is equal to 30, value of b is equal to 50. Okay. One point you have to observe here, you execute this program 100 times, your output will be common. Your output is same because fixed values you are storing. A assigned value 30, b assigned value 50. See, I am going to run it once again. Your output is same. Value of a is equal to 30, value of b is equal to 50. That's why to overcome this drawback, okay, this is one method. Using assignment statement, we can read values into variables. One method. We can use another method also using scanf statement. So using scanf statement, you can read values into variables a and b. So that's what I will do. So instead of writing a assigned a value 30, I will write scanf. You know the syntax of scanf. Scanf, then within control string, double quotes, we use only format characters. Scanf a, %d, %d. Close, this is format string, then comma, list of variables to be preceded by ampersand symbol. Here our variables are a and b. So ampersand a, comma, ampersand b. Close, semicolon. Now a assigned value 30, b assigned value 50, not necessary. So I will remove these lines. Okay. Now see, let us execute this program and what will be our output. Observe here, I am going to compile this program. I am going to run this program. So what is your output? You observe the screen here, just the blank screen is displayed and the cursor with blank a blinking cursor. Here it's very important, we will not be knowing what to enter. But actually this cursor is blinking here because of scanf statement there. Scanf is an input statement. Means it is waiting for us to enter some data into the variables a and b, because two variables we have used in scanf, ampersand a, ampersand b. So we need to enter two values. First value gets stored into a and second value gets stored into b. So for example, I will type 30, 50. Now value of a is 30, value of b is 50 if I press enter. So that's why here we will be in confusion that what to enter, how many values to enter. That's why to overcome this, we precede every scanf statement by a printf statement. And that printf statement is for our understanding purpose only, but still without that we will get the output. See, you can hear 30 gets stored into a, 50 gets stored into b. So what is the output? Value of a is equal to 30, value of b is equal to 50, because two printf statements are executed here. Value of a is equal to 30, value of b is equal to 50. So instead of cursor, just cursor displaying, it is very important that every scanf should be preceded by a printf statement. So I use printf, enter values of a and b, close, then semicolon. Now see, it instead of displaying just blank what's called blinking cursor on blank screen, it will display enter values of a and b. Now I am going to display the output. See, I am compiling it, no errors. I am going to run this and see our output. Enter values of a and b. Now it gives us a clear indication that we have to enter two values, one for a and another for b. Now I will enter, say for example 40, then space, the value should be separated by some blank space 70. Now 40 gets stored into A and 70 gets stored into B. First value into first variable A, second value into second variable, because in our scanf statement first variable is A and second variable is B. So when you enter this, see, value of A is equal to 40 and value of B is equal to 70. So this is how we can use the scanf statement to read the values into variables. You can observe here in scanf statement your control string contains how many format characters? 2 format characters. So after comma how many variables are there? A and B, 2 variables. Observe in scanf each variable is preceded by ampersand symbol, that is address operator. Okay. And now now I am going to declare variables as of data type float here. See, same, instead of int I have written float A comma B. So I am using here clear screen. A as and a value 30, B as and a value 50. So printf value of A is equal to, instead of percentage D, now we are using percentage F, because here list of variable A is of data type float. Similarly printf value of B is equal to percentage F comma B. So value of A now will be displayed as, instead of 30, 30.000. Value of B will be 50.00000. After decimal point 6 significant digits will be there. So we can observe here, compile. See, value of A is equal to 30.00. Value of B is equal to 50.0000. So this is how, if we declare variables of data type float, our output will be displayed in a decimal format, that is a real number. After decimal point there will be 6 significant digits. So this you have to observe. I have already told you that if you use scanf statement, every time you can give different values for A and B, unlike A assigned a value 30, B assigned a value 50, where if you execute your program 100 times your output will be same, value of A is equal to 30, value of B is equal to 50. But here every time you can change the values of A and B. See here, alt I am going to run. Now I am going to give values of A and B, enter values of A and B. I will give 100 for A, 200 for B. Now see the output, value of A is equal to 100, value of B is equal to 200. It is not 30, 50, something like that. So once again I am going to run it. You can give different inputs. The enter values of A and B. I will give 1200 space, I will give 80. See your output, value of A is equal to 1200, value of B is equal to 80. So this is what the advantage of scanf statement, using scanf statement to read the values, that is input statement scanf, to read the values into variables A and B, instead of assignment statement A assigned value 30, B assigned value 50. So this you have to understand very clear. Here you can observe your value of B is displayed in next line because we have used this backslash n. Suppose if you use one more backslash n, your output will be displayed in by leaving 3 blank lines here. See the output. Values of A and B, I will give 20, 50. See, value of A is equal to 20, value of B is equal to 20. Observe the gap between value of A is equal to 20 and value of B is equal to 50. So each time we use backslash n, that takes the print control to the next line. So instead of that you can use backslash constant, backslash t also. See, now you can use backslash t for tab, and you observe what will be your output. Enter values of A and B, 35, then I will give 65. So what will be your output? Say value of A is equal to 35, then some blank space, blank spaces, and value of B is equal to 65. Means in the same line the outputs are displayed. If I don't give this backslash constant, see what will be your output. I am not going to give anything. Okay. Now see, you can observe here, I have not used after percentage in first line, I have not used backslash n or backslash t, anything else. See what will be your output. enter values of A and B. I'll give 21 space 46. See, value of A is equal to 21, value of B is equal to 46. See, your output is not in a better readable form. So that's why you have to use the backslash constants liberally as you wish to make your output very much impressive. Okay, then you can also use here value of A is equal to percentage D. Instead of 3D I will use 10D. Then instead of percentage D here I will use some 10D. Now you can observe the output, that is 10 columns will be reserved to display the value of A, and 10 columns will be reserved to display the value of B. See now how your output looks. See, value of A I will give 25, then 35. See what will be the value of A is equal to 25, value of B is equal to 35. Like this 10 columns are reserved. So you can use your percentage D, that is format characters, as you wish. So now let us see how to use if statement and if else statement. Same here, two variables are declared, A comma B of type integer, everything is common. Now scanf percentage D comma ampersand A ampersand B, we are ready two values. I said every scanf should be preceded by a printf statement for our convenient purpose, so use printf enter values of A and B scanf percentage D ampersand A comma ampersand B. Okay, scanf statement. Now we are using if statement. If condition A greater than B within parentheses we use. If condition is true, printf large adjacent value percentage D comma A is executed. If condition is false, printf large adjacent value percentage D comma A is skipped. This is what if statement. Then we have written this printf large adjacent value percentage D comma B, means whether the condition is true or false, this is executed or skipped, but this statement will be displayed as it is. So right now, okay, so let us see what will be our output. Enter values of A and B. So A value is 10, B value is 30. See what will be our output, large adjacent value 30. Large adjacent value 30. So to make it clear, I'll just assign A large is equal to, within bracket I'll write A value, that will be more clear. Here I'll write large B. Okay. Enter values of A and B, 46, then 78. A is 46, B is 78. Now 78 is large. See, large B 78. That means here, based on the condition, A greater than B is false. So large adjacent value, this one, first printf statement is skipped. So this will execute this one. Printf large with B adjacent value percentage, the value of B is displayed. Suppose you observe here, if I give the input so that value of A is large, what will be our output? Here our output you can observe here, for A is equal to 46, B is equal to 78, our output large B 78, that is correct. Correctly it is displayed. So now I will reverse them, or I will give value of A large, value of B small, see what will be the output. I'll run it once again. Value of A large I will give 75, value of A. Then value of B I will give 43. Now A should be, our actual answer should be large is equal to A 75. But see, observe the output here. Large A is equal to 75, large B is equal to 43 is also displayed. I will take this to next line. Okay. \n. Wherever you can, wherever you want, you can use these \n's. See, Alt C, Alt R. So first value I will give large value 76, second value I will give 12. See your output, large A is equal to 76, large B is equal to 12 is displayed, so our output is wrong. Okay, large B is equal to 12 should not be displayed. So to overcome this we use if else statement. So here what is if statement? If else statement, if A is greater than B, true, then first printf statement should be executed, then we use else statement, else part, else we use printf. Means here if condition A greater than B is true, the statement before else is executed and statement after else is skipped. Suppose if condition A greater than B is false, the statement before else is skipped and statement after else is executed. So here only one statement is ever executed and another one is skipped. This is what if else statement. So that's why our output, see, if I run it, what will be our output? Compile, run. See, enter values of A and B. First I will give value of A large, that is 79. Value of B I will give small, 12. See, observe our output. Large is A, 79. Once again I am going to run the program. Now enter values of A and B. Now I will give value of B as large, value of A as small. So I will give 105, then I will give 435. So A is 105, B is 435. Now the condition there, it becomes false. That's why value of B will be displayed as large. You see, large B, 435. So this is how we can use if else statement. Now I am going to discuss the loops, while loop, do while loop and for loop. See, void main int I, clear screen, is and value 1. Here I have told you in every loop three things should be there. Loop variable I should be initialized here. So we are going to initialize here is and value 1. Then condition I less than 4, while I less than 4. I less than 4 is a condition. Then updation is and value I plus 1. So updation should be within body of the loop. And here observe that the body of the loop for while and do while loops should be always compound statement only. Okay. So when I execute this program, see here, actually, so instead of this, if I write only printf, why we have to use while loop, I am going to explain now. If I use only what's called only printf statement, so what will be our output? If I write only printf statement here, say I'm not going to have this declaration also. I am not going to have this initialization of variable. Just I am going to use one printf statement. Printf sjmit. So how many times this will display sjmit, you can observe. I have used only one printf statement, so it will display print sjmit only once. I am going to compile it. I am going to run it. See the output only sjmit. I want 2 times to display this sjmit, so I can use another printf statement. Printf this backslash n takes the control to the next line. That's what very important. So now I am using 2 times printf sjmit. Now it is going to display 2 times sjmit. Very simple. I want one more time, so once again use printf statement. Printf see the output 3 times it will display, it is going to display. Like this, any number of times you want, so many times you have to use printf statement. But if I want 100 times, I want 1000 times, I cannot keep using printf statement so many times. That's why the concept of loop is used. Now I am going to use while loop for this one. So so that's why I will use body of the loop. Within body of the loop, SJMIT only once. See, I am not going to use this. So for this one only, I am going to implement the loop. As I know that loop should have 3 things. I am going to use while loop variable I is equal to, while I is less than, say I want to display 3 times, I write I is less than or equal to 3. I is less than or equal to 3. So body of the while loop is always compound statement, so you have to use this pair of curly braces. Body of the loop should always have curly brace. I said loop variable here. What is our loop variable in while statement, while loop? I. So loop variable, every loop should have 3 things. We have used condition here. Before condition means before while, we should initialize loop variable. What is our loop variable? Loop variable is I. So that's why I am going to write I assigned a value 1 semicolon. I assigned value semicolon means I is initialized to 1. Now see whether I is declared here. In declaration part it is not yet declared, so declare I, integer I. So I am declaring loop variable I am initializing loop variable I before while, then I am using printf statement. Observe that loop implementation has 3 things. Loop variable initialization, yes it is there. Loop I assigned value 1. Loop condition I less than or equal to 3, yes it is there. Loop updation, do you have loop updation? No. So loop updation should be in body of the loop. So what is loop updation? Every time you have to increase the value of I. First it is 1, next it is 2, next it is 3. So for 3 times body of the loop is executed. So that's why your loop updation is I assigned a value I plus 1 semicolon. Okay. So now you see, you observe it. I have not used printf 3 times, but this body of the loop is executed 3 times and your output will be displayed 3 times. Let us see. See the output, how many times it is displayed? So 3 times it is displayed. Suppose I want to display it 100 times now. Just make it here. I is less than or equal to 100. Very simple. See the output, 100 times it will be there. So this is how you can use while loop. Any number of times you want, you can display. You observe here, updation we have I assigned a value I plus 1. So here I is 1, I is less than or equal to 100 means 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 100. As long as the condition is true, our body of the loop is executed, and in body of the loop every time I value is increased by 1, because at some point of time this condition should be made false. So you can write here, instead of this you can observe here, instead of I plus 1 I will write here I minus 1. If I write I minus 1, every time I am decreasing the value of I. That's why I am going to initialize my variable of I is equal to 1. Instead of that I will initialize with 100. Means it begins with 100, 99, it goes down counter we can call. So now we have to display while I value is less than or equal to, not 100, less than, I value is greater than, you can write instead of less than or equal to, you can write greater than or equal to 1. So you can write greater than or equal to 1. So this is also down counter we call it as. The means value of I, first we initialize it to highest value, then we condition we write I greater than or equal to 1, means as long as value of I is greater than or equal to 1, 100 is greater than or equal to 1, 99 greater than or equal to 1, so like that. In body of the loop we have decremented. This is how also you can implement while loop. See, now here instead of 100 I will make it 10 times. I will display my SJMIT 10 times. So Control F2, hold C. See what will be your output. So how many times it is displayed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like this you can use while loop. Suppose instead of while loop, So you want to use do while loop means just you write here do, then this condition, while condition you have to take at the bottom. Very simple. Do while condition. What is our condition? As long as value of I is greater than or equal to 1. See, see the output 10 times it will be displayed. So just if you exchange while with the do while, so your required action is performed. But the difference is, why in while loop, if the condition in the beginning is wrong, body of the loop is not at all executed even once, whereas in do while loop, even if the condition is wrong, the body of the loop is executed at least once, because the condition is tested at the end. It is exit controlled loop. So this is how you can implement while or do while loop. So let us display, and one thing you have to remember, when we use while loop or do while loop, when we don't know how many times we have to display, okay, or how many times we have to execute body of the loop, we should go for while or do while. But in our case, in this present case, we want to display, okay, I am going to use while I assign a value, I is initialized to 1, then I will make it as usual, I assign a value I plus 1, then while I is less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1. As long as value of I is greater than or equal to 1, we have to execute body of the loop. See, control F2. I am going to display it how many times? Just 4 times. Let me see. So I will make it greater than or equal to 4. So my body of the loop will be executed 4 times. So 4 times SJMIT is displayed. Sorry, something went wrong here. Do I assign the value 1, printf SJMIT. While I is greater than or equal to 4, I assign 2, 3, 4. Yes, everything is right. Something is going wrong. So here it should be, see here, I is equal to 1, I assign I plus 1. Condition is what? While I is greater than or equal to 4. Is value of I greater than or equal to 4? I assign value 1. Here I is equal to I plus 1 means I becomes 2. Is it greater than or equal to 4? No, it is not greater than or equal to 4. Condition becomes false. So that's why body of the loop is executed only once. So that's why your output is only one SJMIT. Only one SJMIT. I said no, even if the condition is false, here condition is false, body of the loop is executed at least once. So that's why this condition should be to execute it 4 times. The condition should be as long as value of I is less than or equal to 1. Less than or equal to 1. I is less than or equal to 1 should be our condition. Sorry. I is greater than or equal to 1, not less than or equal to 1, as long as value of I is greater than or equal to 1. Now, greater than or equal to 1, it entered into infinite loop. So here I assigned value 1, I is equal to I plus 1 as long as value of I is greater than or equal to 5, greater than or equal to 4. Control F2 or C. So it's not this. See here we have to use while I is less than or equal to 4, means 4 times, 1 to 4 it will display, 1 to 4, 1, then it becomes 2. So is the condition true? Yes, less than or equal to 4, true. Then it becomes 3, is value of I less than or equal to 4, true. Then execute body of loop. Then I becomes 4, is it less than or equal to 4, true. Execute body of the loop. So print SJMIT. Then I becomes 5, is the condition true? I less than or equal to 4, no, condition false, so control comes out. So this is how you can use while loop or do while loop. If the same thing has to be implemented using for loop, what I will do, so here see this loop initialization you can observe here. I am going to use instead of this one do, I am going to use, what is my for loop? For syntax, for within bracket loop variable initialization. I is our loop variable initialization. So here I am going to write, instead of writing I as and a value 1 separately, I will write inside this one for statement for I as and a value 1 semicolon. Then loop condition. What is our loop condition here? I less than or equal to 4. So I less than or equal to 4. This is our loop condition. So what is our updation here? I assigned a value I plus 1 is our updation. So that I am going to write here I assigned a value I plus 1. Then parenthesis close. Then body of the loop. What is my body of the loop here? Here I assigned a value I plus 1 already I have written here. That's why what is, so this is not required now. This I will remove it. Then what is left in body of the loop? Only printf statement. So I am going to write this printf statement and I remove this line. So that's why your body of the loop. So this is not necessary. This is not necessary. So this is not necessary. Okay. So if you want, you can observe. You can use one curly brace. Your body of the loop contains only one statement. You can use another curly brace. See, this is body of the loop. So we have removed I assigned a value I plus 1 and we have kept here. We are going to remove this one I assigned a value I plus 1. Then we write here, sorry, I assigned a value 1. We initialize here itself. So this is not required, remove it. Why? Now this is the implementation using for loop. See, you observe that whether for loop contains three things: loop variable initialization, yes, I assigned a value 1, loop variable initialization. Then loop condition, so I less than or equal to 4. Loop updation, I assigned a value I plus 1. Now body of the loop, we want to display SJMIT. So that's why \n. Now you can execute it, Control F2, Alt C, Alt R. So your printf will be displayed 4 times. If you want to display it 10 times, just make it less than or equal to 10. This is how, when we know in advance how many times we have to display body of the loop, we can use for loop. See what will be our output. See, 10 times it is displayed. Okay. So now because there is only one statement, I said this is not necessary. We can remove this curly braces also. Compound statement not necessary. So how many statements your for loop contains? Only one statement. Okay. See, observe that curly braces are not required. Means only this statement is body of the loop. When only one statement is there, pair of curly braces not necessary. See what will be your output now. The 10 times it is displayed. Okay. So these points very importantly. Instead of writing I assigned a value I plus 1, you can even write here just I plus plus. That is post increment operator. You can write. So now also you can, and now I will make it to notice the difference. I will make it 6. Now see what will happen. 6 times it will display. 6 times it is displaying. Now I want SJMIT Chitradurga to be displayed. So what I write? I write here one more printf statement. Printf Chitradurga. Then I write \n. You observe here our body of the loop needs to contain how many statements? 2 statements. That's why you have to make it a compound statement. But if you don't make it a compound statement, you observe here only SJMIT is displayed 6 times, but Chitradurga is displayed only once. Very, very important. See the output. See, Chitradurga is displayed here only once because body of the loop here is only one statement. But in fact, we want both SJMIT and Chitradurga to be displayed. So body of the loop should contain how many statements? Both the statements, more than one statement. So you have to make it a compound statement. So how to make it a compound statement? Simply put pair of curly braces. That will be enough. Now your body of the loop contains how many statements? 2 statements. So both the statements will be executed 6 times. You can observe the difference. See the output. What is the output? SJMIT Chitradurga, SJMIT Chitradurga, like this. 6 times it is displayed. I think you have noticed the difference. This is how you can make a simple statement as compound statement body of the loop. So this is what the use of for loop or implementation of for loop. Any number of times you can display this. Now we shall see how to use switch statement. Very important statement. I said switch is a multi-way branching statement. Now I am illustrating switch statement to one example. Hash include stdio.h, void main, these are all common. Curly brace, open brace and closing brace will be there, end of main. So here I am going to use variables. Choice, one variable choice is declared of type integer. Now I am writing this program to find area of a triangle or area of a rectangle or area of a circle depending on the user's choice. Okay, user's choice. We know area of a triangle needs how many inputs? Base and height, 2 inputs. Area of a rectangle needs how many inputs? 2 inputs, length and breadth. Area of a circle needs how many inputs? Only 1 input called radius. So depending upon our requirement or our choice, we have to give appropriate inputs. Now for that purpose, to select any one of these triangle or rectangle or circle, then we are going to use a switch statement here. So all the variables, say for area of a triangle we use base and height, which are float type. For area of a rectangle we need length and breadth. For area of a circle we need radius as the inputs. Of course, what is the output for all these things? Area is the output. So that's why variable area is also declared. So choice variable is declared as of type integer, whereas base, height, area, length, breadth and radius are, they store real numbers. That's why the data type is float. Clear screen? Now just I am displaying 3 lines, 1 area of triangle, 2 area of a rectangle and 3 area of a circle using printf statement. Whatever is there within double quotes, that will be displayed as it is. So you can observe here, right? Then I am reading the input as choice here. Our choice whether to find out area of a triangle or area of rectangle or area of circle. So which is our choice, that I am reading the input as either 1 or 2 or 3. So integer value we have to give the input based on our choice. That's why our input statement is scanf %d, ampersand choice. So integer value we have to give. That's why choice variable is declared as of data type integer. I said every scanf is supposed to be preceded by a printf statement, enter your choice. This is for our convenient purpose but not mandatory. Okay. So now actual implementation of switch statement begins here. You can observe here, as per the syntax of switch statement, switch on choice, switch on within parentheses, that is expression or choice. Okay. So opening brace and respective closing brace comes at the end, then case keyword 1. So our input is 1 means area of triangle. So case 1. So what are the inputs for area of a triangle? Base and height. That's why it is scanf percentage of, because our base and height are declared as float. So 2 variables, percentage of. So 2 variables we have, ampersand base, ampersand height. 2 format characters and 2 variables. Then area of a triangle, you know, base and height. Area assigned a value half into base into height. That's why 0.5 into base into height. Then once you calculate the area, print it. Printf in new line, area of a triangle is equal to percentage of. In place of percentage of, here you have calculated output area, that will be displayed here, this statement. And I said break statement causes the control to come out, means case 2, case 3 are not default statements are not executed. Control should come out. That's why we use break statement. Okay. So suppose if it is case 1, choice is not 1, then it will be compared with case 2. What is case 2 there? Choice 2 for area of rectangle. You know, area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So what are the inputs for area of a rectangle? Length into breadth. See, scanf percentage of, ampersand length, ampersand breadth. So scanf should be preceded by printf, enter length and breadth. Area is equal to length into breadth. Printf area. Say common. Printf statement is common. Area of rectangle is equal to percentage of, area. Break. Suppose your choice is 3 means area of circle. So how many inputs it has? Only 1 input. That's why case 3, scanf, only 1 input, only 1 format character, percentage of, only 1 variable, input variable, radius, ampersand radius. So scanf preceded by printf. Area is equal to what? Pi r square, 3.14 pi value into radius into radius. Then printf area of a circle is equal to percentage of, in place of percentage of value of area computed. Then break, means break statement brings the control out of switch statement. Suppose if your input choice is not 1, not 2, not 3, then default statement is executed. None of the case values match with your choice value, then default statement is executed. What is default statement? Say printf in new line, wrong option. You are not given 1, not given 2, not given 3. So that will be your end of switch. You are going to come out of switch, then that will be your end of program. So let us see what happens. The output here, 3 printf statements are executed. 1 area of triangle, 2 area of rectangle, 3 area of circle. Enter your choice. Now I will give so for example 3 I will give. So now it will display enter radius. Case 1 is not matched, case 2 is not matched, case 3 matches. That's why printf statement enter radius is executed, so it displays enter radius. Now scanf statement is executed, displaying the cursor. Now we have to give the input. I am going to give input 3.5 is my radius. So what will be our output? Area of a circle is equal to 38.465000, like this. 3 I have given as the choice. So I execute it once again. I will give now 2. It will display enter length and breadth, because 2 corresponds to area of rectangle. So you have to give 2 inputs now. One for say 2.5 is my length space, then 6.4 is my breadth. So my area of a rectangle is what? Area of rectangle is equal to 16. 2.5 into 6.4. You can compute, it comes to around 16. Suppose if I give 1, so once again I am going to run it. Enter your choice. 1 I will give. 1 corresponds to triangle, so it will ask inputs base and height. So enter base and height. Give 2 inputs, base 2.6 space, height I will give 3.7. Half into base into height, area is computed, it will display area of a triangle is equal to half into base into height. Okay. Suppose I am going to run it once again. All char. I will give 5 as my choice. So 5 choice variable value is 5. It does not match with case 1. So it compares with case 2, it does not match with case 2. It compares with case 3, it does not match with case 3. That's why default statement is executed. In default statement I have used wrong choice. That's why it will display, see, my output, wrong option. You can observe here, wrong default printf wrong option, means none of the case values match with the choice value. None of the case values match with your choice value, then default statement is executed. This is what a switch statement. And you can observe here, this case 1, case 2, case 3, you can interchange them. You need not write them in order, case 1, case 2, case. You can write case 2, case 1, case 3, or case 3, case 2, case 1, or case 3, case 1, case 2. In any order you can write. And I told you this break statement. Suppose if I don't write this break statement, what happens? If I don't write this break statement, what happens? You see, for choice 1, case 1, I have removed break statement. After computing area of a triangle, it will ask for enter length and breadth also. That is what means the control does not come out of switch statement. Let us see. One I will give. So enter base and height. I will give 2.3 space 4.5 base and height. See, area of triangle is equal to this. Then once again it will ask enter length and breadth. So this corresponds to our choice 2, length and breadth. If I give length as 3.2 space, breadth I will give 7.4. See, area of a rectangle. See, area of a triangle, area of a rectangle. This is what our output, because I have removed break there. I have removed break there. Okay. See, I have removed break here. So that's why break is essential. Break is essential. Otherwise, it continues with the next case value. So that should be avoided. Means what is required? Break is very much essential. I think you have noticed this point. Okay. So case values need not be ordered, and break is compulsory to bring the control out of switch statement. And one more point regarding switch statement, very important. This choice can be either integer or character. So I will make it instead of integer here, I will declare the variable as character. If I declare it as character choice, Then here I will use triangle. For triangle, instead of 1 I will write T, instead of rectangle, instead of 2 I will write R, then instead of 3 I will write circle, no, I will write C. So scanf, choice, now choice is data type is character, that's why your format character should be changed to %C. This is important. Then switch on choice, case, now choice is not integer, it is character, that's why for triangle we have given instead of 1 you have to use it for triangle T, but because it is a character you have to enclose it within single quote marks. This is very important, single quote marks you have to use. Okay, sorry. Then instead of case 2 what we have used, rectangle, so that's why this should be within single quote R. Then this is area of radius, circle means I have used C there, C. This is how you can give. So default wrong option. Now I am going to execute this program. Now see here, T for area of a triangle, R for area of a rectangle, C for area of circle. Now I will give capital T. What it will do? Enter base and height. So I will give 2.3, 4.5. See the output, area of a triangle is equal to 5.17 something. Once again I am going to run it. I will give choice as R, means rectangle, length and breadth it will ask. So I will give 4.7 space 6.9. See, area of a rectangle. Now I am going to run it once again. Let my output be C. Now circle, enter radius 5.3, only one input, so area of a circle is equal to this one. Now I am going to run it once again. I will give wrong choice like Y, so none of the case values match. Okay, T or C will match, that's why it will display wrong option. So this is how you can display your, you can declare your choice as either integer or character. If it is a character, so these case values should be enclosed within single quote marks. So this is what about the basic fundamentals of scanf statement, printf statement, if statement, if else statement, while statement, do while loop, for loop and switch. So if you have any doubt, repeat this video, repeatedly watch this video, and you can perfect with all these statements. Once you are perfect with all the statements, you can write any program. Okay, so thank you for watching my video.